Friends, it's Terri Gaines, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. In this video tutorial, I'm going to share a greeting card created with the Country Woods Designer Series paper. This paper is 12 by 12 in size. You receive 2 each of the 6 double-sided prints, and they have just lots of different amazing wood grain prints. I'm going to be using this print on my card. I'm also going to be using a die from the Autumn Trees dies. That die set has several different dies, and you get 9 dies altogether. Some of the dies will cut out the stamped images from the stamp set. The stamp set and the dies are bundled for 10% savings, or you can purchase either of them separately. I'm just going to be using the deer die in that die set. So I have my card base already cut. It is 8.5 by 5.5. I have it scored and folded in half at 4 1/4. My first layer is going to be early espresso. I have the cardstock already cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So this is just going to be a small layer on here. Now it is going to be sandwiched because I have another layer that is very vanilla, 4 by 5 1/4. So because this early espresso is being sandwiched in between, I'm going to cut out a die image from that before I utilize it. So I did some work ahead of time, but I do want to let you know with your die set, with the Stampin' Up cut and emboss machine, all your platforms are labeled. So if you are using a die, it's telling you that you need platform 1, platform 2, a clear plate, which is 3. Then you would put your cardstock down, then your die, and then put clear plate 3 on top and run that through. Now I use the stylish shaped dies for this circle, and it is the second largest circle that I used for this circle. So I actually did that work ahead of time. So I do have that cut out. So that's going to be sandwiched, and no one's even going to notice that that is missing. Now this very vanilla layer, I want that to be texturized. So I am using the Birchwood 3D embossing folder. Now this is a large embossing folder. It fits the entire platform, or say entire size of your platform. So you can put multiple different sizes through here. And for this, what we want to do is look at the platform 1, and it's saying this is a 3D folder. Using a 3D folder, we need platform 1 and then plate 4. Plate 4 comes with the cut and emboss machine, and that's what we're going to use for the 3D embossing folder. So I placed this in here, set up my platform, my stack here, ran it through my cut and emboss machine, and just like the cooking shows, it's already texturized. So I did that work ahead of time. So that's what I have for here. Now the Designer Series paper I'm going to use, I'm just going to use a small strip of that Designer Series paper. And I have that pre-cut at 1 3/4 by 5. Now I'm going to cut the bottom of this out, and I'm going to use a die that is from the Nested Essential Dies. And it is this largest banner type die. It's got some stitching on it. And how I'm going to use that, I'm going to go back to my die cutting platform. So platform 1, platform 2, the clear plate. I'm going to put this down. Now I'm going to do something different with this. I just want to cut the bottom. I want to keep the length. So I'm going to run this over the die on the top and underneath just the banner part of it. I'm going to have about equal spacing on both sides, and I'm going to hold this down with a Post-it note. I like using these transparent Post-it notes I get at the Dollar Tree. I actually take and cut into them so I can just pull a little bit off. Oops, I only need a little bit of that. I don't need the whole Post-it note. Then what you can do is use any type of Post-it note to just get this to be held so it stays where you want it to be. Put your next plate on, run that through, and that will cut out just a little banner edge. So that's what I've done ahead of time here. So let's see, what else do I also die cut the deer ahead of time. So that is a very vanilla piece that is 4 1/4 by 3. And what I did was I placed that towards the top and I cut that out ahead of time. So then I have a piece like this. So I need that. And the last thing I need for this card is a very vanilla 2 3/8 inch circle punch. So I am actually going to need that punch again. So I'm just going to bring that out. I just punched that out ahead of time with this circle punch. So that's the prep work I did ahead of time. I wanted to make sure that I shared all of that with you so you could duplicate this card. These measurements will be in the text portion of the video along with the blog post, as I mentioned earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble this part before I work with the deer part. So what I'm going to do is take my textured cardstock. Now, this is a personal decision on which side that you want to be the front. This is the front side as designated by Stampin' Up on the folder. The side that's the logo is considered the front, but either of these sides would be totally fine for your project. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal and put adhesive along the entire edge. Now, I didn't put adhesive in the center, so I don't have to worry about adhering the adhesive to my work surface here. Now what I'm doing is I'm trying to look at the opposite corners, and really with the opposite corners I'm also looking at the edges and trying to get equal spacing. So I looked at that corner and then looked at these sides on the corners to get equal spacing, and then I'm going to burnish that to get that to bond. Then I'll put adhesive on the back side of this and put this on my card base. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at these 3 edges and then push that down in the center a little bit and see if I can get my equal spacing that way. So that's another option for that. Now this designer series paper is going to go on next, and this paper is double-sided and you've got great wood grains on both sides, but I'm going to use this side. I'm going to have about a 1/4 inch or 3/8 of an inch of very vanilla shown there, and see, I'm going to try to get that even, and that's where I'm going to put that piece. Now I want to work with the rest of these before I put that on. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to embellish it with these at the very end, but so I'll put those aside. And let's get to this. I want to color in these deer, and I'm going to use the Stampin' Blends. They come in the light color and dark color. So I have the Old Olive, and then I have the Pecan Pie. They come in a combo pack, light and dark of both colors. So what I'm going to do is bring in a piece of grid paper to work on, just so I can, or any scratch paper would work to just cover your surface. So what I'm going to do first is actually I'll cut this out. So how I'm going to cut this out is I'm going to just move this. It might be better to see the darker background. I'm going to take my punch. I made this longer so I could hold on to it, bring my punch in, and then I can view the deer and the cattails. I'm looking for the cattail and the deer. I want this to have more space down here. If you wanted more sky, you just would move it down. I want more grass in this. I just kind of want it centered a little bit. And I'm going to punch that out before I color it. So this is trash, and this is the piece we're going to work with. So this is part of that boulder on the edge. I actually don't want that, so I'm just going to go in here and just do a rigid cut, not a straight cut because that landscape isn't straight, and cut that out. So now I'm ready to color this in. I'm going to use the dark Stampin' Blend. I'm going to use the brush end. I love these blends. You barely have to touch your paper and the ink is flowing. If you're pushing so hard that you're hearing a scratching sound, that's not necessary. Just barely touch the paper and the ink flows out. Now you have the light and the dark color. As I mentioned, I'm using the dark, and I'm just going to color in both of these deer with the dark. Now I use early espresso cardstock, and this is the pecan pie blend. So what I'm going to do is I just quickly colored that in. I'm going to color the cattails in as well, and just that edge like so. And then I'm going to come back and color the deer in one more time. This is going to get them a darker shade. This does dry a little bit lighter. As it dries, it will be lighter than it initially looks. But I want these deer to be a tad bit darker, so I'm going to just color them in. As I mentioned, you barely have to touch the paper and that ink is flowing. Now, if you have to push so hard that you're hearing a scratching sound, that means that this is starting to run out. That's how I look at it. And these are not refillable, so you'd purchase another set. So there I have the deer colored in, and I can see that I missed that very tip of that ear right there. Now what I'm going to do is take the old olive dark, and I'm only going to color in the cattails. Let's see, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna color in the cattail part and this little grass part. Then what I'm going to do is take a Post-it note. I'm going to take a Post-it note, and I'm going to, this is the sticky side is down. I'm going to take and first push it in and just get those grass blades to come up on top of the Post-it note, and I can barely see the feet of the deer, mainly the brown, the pecan pie. Now I'm going to take my old olive ink pad, and I'm going to take my small blending brush. They come in a set, and I'm going to rotate it on my ink pad to get in both directions to get ink on my brush, and I'm going to go a little bit on my paper and then work onto the Very Vanilla cardstock. I'm going to do it again. Well, I don't know why it pounced like that. I needed to do that over here. And color this in. Now you keep adding color until you get it as dark as you want. Now I do want it a tad bit darker, and so I'm just going to keep adding color. And another way to get it darker is to go directly right onto the project. And I think I'm going to be good with that. You could color this in with your blend, but you're using a lot of your blend to do that. And then I just found I like the look if I do the blending brush. Now when I take this off, I have that. Now if you have any Very Vanilla spots there that you see, you can come in with your blend, or you know what, actually I think I didn't color that leg down far enough. Maybe that's better to grab. Got the dark one, I want the brush end. I'm gonna fill that gap in with the early espresso. And then I think I am good. You can see what I got there. And when you put that on the circle, that's how I got it all colored in. So now what I'm going to do is finish the assembly. So what I have here is I'm going to take my silicone craft mat, turn this over, put my adhesive across that bottom portion of the circle, and then I'm going to take some mini glue dots and might take your pick tool, pick up a mini glue dot, put one down for the small deer, and then two on the larger deer. These are really strong and I love them. They were great. So I've got that down. Now I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to line this up on my circle so it follows the bottom portion. Adhere that. Now I can put adhesive on here and put this on that circle that I cut out, sandwich that, and then I'm going to put adhesive behind this and attach this right like about a little bit higher. Looking for the horizon on that to be even. And then I'm going to finish it off with these embellishments. These are the part of the suite that the dies came in. These are the streaked dots. They've got almost like a wood grain look to them. I'm going to put the larger one here and take, there's two different sizes, and I'm going to put one up here and one down here, just to add a little bit of decoration there. And that is the card that I've made. So I hope you'll like this. Now you can take this idea and you can spin it. Here's the first version of that card that I made, but I changed it up. This is using the Designer Series paper. That's part of the suite that the Autumn Trees bundle is, and it's this back side. And then I also added some banners down here. So you got the similar card, but two different versions. And I omitted the layering here, and it's just a different version of the card. But my measurements are going to be for this card, and you can definitely change it up and make it your own. Reach out if you have any questions. Take care and happy creating.